Hey YouTube, this is PokeDad, and this will be my last deck profile before Lysander's trump card gets banned. And so this will be the last shebang with Lysander's trump card in it. So I figured we might as well go out in style. We're going to profile Mega Rayquaza EX, the colorless version. Many of you probably already know what this does, but for those of you that don't, the attack is Emerald Break. For 3 colorless energy, it does 30 times the number of your bench Pokemon. And of course, with the Sky Field, we're able to have 8 Pokemon on our bench. So if we can get full, we can do 240 damage, which knocks out pretty much everything except for Wailord EX. So Emerald Break 30 times 8. The other thing that's really awesome about Mega Rayquaza is it has the Delta Evolution. You may play this card from your hand to evolve a Pokemon during your first turn or the turn you play this Pokemon. So we can go ahead and get Mega Rayquaza ready to attack on the very first turn. If we get a Spirit Link and if we get enough cards to get us set up properly. Alright, so we play 3 of the Mega Rayquaza. We play 4 of just the regular Rayquaza EX. Rayquaza EX for 1 colorless energy has Intensifying Burn. It does 10 damage, but if it's against a Pokemon EX, it actually does 50 more. So for 1 energy, you could hit for 60, which is really nice. It also has the Dragon Pulse for 3 colorless. It can do 100 damage, but then you have to discard the top 3 cards of your deck. We typically do not want to try to be attacking with this Rayquaza. If we can help it, we mostly want to be attacking with Mega Rayquaza, but this one will work. Alright, moving right along, we play 3 Shaymin EX in this deck. And Shaymin has a twofold purpose. He fills a bench spot, so he makes Mega Rayquaza's attack even stronger. But even more importantly, he has the setup ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. So Shaymin is not only helps us with our attack, but he also helps us with draw power, bringing our hand back up to 6. We want to try to get our hand as small as we can before we play Shaymin down, and then we can draw back up to 6. Now we play a 2-2 line of Swablu and Altaria. Again, Altaria has the Delta Evolution, so if we have both of them on the first turn or in the same turn, we can evolve right into Altaria. And we only use Altaria for one reason. It's the ability. Each of your colorless Pokemon has no weakness. This just helps us with Mega Manectric and Raichu decks. We need to be able to have clear humming so that we're not hurt by lightning types. So Altaria helps us, and some people only play a 1-1, but I just know Mega Manectric's a thing, and Raichu's a thing, so I play a 2-2 line just so that I can get that out. Also, Night March is a thing, so Joltik can knock out Mega Rayquaza pretty easily. So we play 2-2 of those. We also have 1 Yveltal EX. I put this in just so we have 1 different attacker. He has Evil Ball, 1 darkness, and a colorless. Does 20 plus 20 times the number of energy both on you and the other active Pokemon. So just by himself he can hit for 60 if he has 2 energies, and you can stack even more so you can make his attack even stronger. We don't use him a lot in this deck, but his attack isn't based on how many are on the bench. So if we keep having to lose our stadium, he might be an alternative for us. It's just good to have an extra attacker that's a different color in the deck. Next, we have Execute. We play one of these. Again, the propagation ability. If the Stadium Skyfield gets bumped for us, we have to reduce our bench back down to 5. It's always good to just have him on the bench. Then you can get rid of him, then repropagate him back into your hand, and then put him back on your bench. So we play one Execute. Some decks play more than one, but for this deck we just played the one. And then we play a 2/2 line of Pikachu, Raichu. Raichu's attack is very similar to Mega Rayquaza's Circle Circuit. It does 20 times the number of your benched Pokemon. This is actually to help us in the mirror match. So if we play against a Mega Rayquaza, Raichu can help us knock the Mega Rayquaza out easier. Also, if we play Eviltal, he's weak to electric, so Raichu is actually a better matchup for us because it's a trade-off of 2-to-1. So that's a good matchup for us. Finally, for the Pokemon line, we play one Jirachi EX. This just helps us be consistent, so it allows us to grab Sycamore, Lysander, Trump card if we need it, so on and so forth. Alright, we play a lot of items, so let's just take a look at them. We play 2 Acrobikes. Again, we want to try to get through this deck pretty quickly, so we want to play as many cards that will sorry guys. Play as many cards that will help us draw through the deck fast. Play one Escape Rope. It's a switching card so that if we need to switch without having to retreat, we can. We also play 2 Mega Turbos. I would go more than this, but sometimes with all the Pokemon, it's hard to have a Mega in play, and then this can just clog up your hand. So I'd rather just play 2 of these instead of more than that. We also play 1 Scramble Switch as our Ace spec. Now I know a lot of people are saying, well, why not Computer Search? You could go with Computer Search, but I just thought Scramble Switch would be better because if we have 3 energies on Mega Rayquaza and he looks like he's getting ready to go down, we can pass it off to another Mega Rayquaza with the Scramble Switch. So I think that's a pretty good card to have in here. 2 Trainer's Mails. Again, this just helps you look at the top 4 cards of your deck and then draw a trainer card you find, so it'll help us find stadiums, supporters, and other item cards. Oftentimes you draw into what you need. We play 3 Ultra Balls. Discard 2 cards from your hand and then search your deck for a Pokemon. This is going to help us find Shaymin specifically, and also help us get Raichu or Eviltal if we ever need it. We play 2 VS Seekers, which allows you to reuse your supporter cards. And then for the support line, and then we play 3 Spirit Links, just because we're playing 3 Mega Rayquazas, so we might as well have 3 Spirit Links. We play 4 Skyfield. Again, we use that we have 4 Skyfield on here so that we can get 8 on the bench and make Mega Rayquaza's attack even more powerful. Looking at our supporter line, we don't play a whole lot of draw support because we do have the Shaymins in the deck, and we have some of the item cards that help us draw faster. So we play 1 Colorless. Allows you to shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw a number of cards equal to the number of benched Pokemon. So with a Skyfield in play, that could possibly be up to 16, but generally speaking, it's more around in the 10 card range, which is still excellent. We play 2 Lysander. Lysander just wins games, especially at the end. Play him to bring up Pokemon to finish an EX to finish off the game. Play the Lysander's Trump card, and like I mentioned before, this will be the last deck that I showcase using the Lysander's Trump card. But this deck plays so fast, so it's just important to have the Lysander's Trump card so that you can reuse everything and you don't deck out. We play 2 in. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck, and then each player draws a card for each of his remaining prize cards. So that helps us to keep cards. If there's cards that we don't want to discard, we can use in and still get 6 in the early game. And then if our opponent takes a prize lead on us, in helps us come back because it reduces the number of cards in their hand. Sycamore is just standard. Discard your hand and draw 7. So we have 2 of those in our deck. And then we play 2 Winona because we have so many colorless type. Search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon, reveal them, and then put them in your hand. Shuffle your deck afterward. It actually becomes a draw support because we can grab as many we could grab all 3 Shaymins if we wanted. But typically we grab 1 Shaymin, and then if we see that we're playing against an electric deck, we'll grab the Swablu Altaria, or we may grab Rayquaza and a Mega Rayquaza if we already have the Spirit Link. So Winona just gives us greater versatility into being able to play, grab whichever colorless Pokemon we need. Finally, guys, we look at the energy. We play 4 DCE, which can be used on any of our main attackers. Obviously, it's going to be played on Mega Rayquaza because then we just need the DCE and a Mega Turbo to get him attacking. But even if we don't, a DCE and then an energy drop allows us to be attacking in 2 turns. Eviltal, we can play a Dark and then play a DCE, and we can then use Y Cyclone. Or we can use Evil Ball, and it even makes the Evil Ball attack stronger, so we can stack more energies on him. And then finally we use the DCE with Raichu's Circle Circuit attack. So DCE comes in very handy, and it's very versatile in this deck because we can use it in any of our attackers. And in very rare instances, we can use the DCE to set up a Sky Return for Shaymin, which will allow us to reuse Shaymin's ability. Along with the 4 DCE, we play 5 Dark Energy. I'm playing Dark because we're using Eviltal, so it just makes sense to do that. And also, we play this because of Aegislash. So we can set up a Raichu or a Mega Rayquaza with 3 Dark Energies on it, and then we can attack Aegislash and knock him out. One thing I did want to also mention about Raichu is he's there for not only for the mirror match, but also for safeguard Pokemon, so you can use him for that. Anyway, guys, that's the deck analysis for the Mega Rayquaza colorless type. I'll have the battle videos shortly, and hit like, subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. And this is PokeDad. We will talk to you later. Have a great day.